Sir.
I think the screen is visible to you. Today we have this Neet JEE test and we are covering two subjects, that is chemistry and physics. We have totally 19 questions. All the questions are taken from Neet JEE 2022, 21, 20. These three papers, most of the questions. Okay, and I did not have the answer for these questions, but I went through Google and for each and every questions I collected the answer. So because of which I found some explanatory note for one or two questions, which that also we will discuss in this class. Okay, are you ready? I am showing the questions. Each slide will have one questions. It will be in English. We will speak in English in this particular class, as I told you in the beginning, and then we will try to interact. Read the question twice. Read the question twice and read the options, and then you take your own time to answer. You need not be in a hurry. In exam, you will be under time pressure, but here you don't put yourself into time pressure. Okay, shall we go to the question number 1?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
let me go to question number 1. You will read yourself, then I will read later. Okay, let me read. Which statement regarding polymers is not correct? Thermoplastic polymers are capable of repeatedly softening and hardening on heating and cooling respectively. Thermosetting wait, no, let me finish, then we can give your answer. For a simple reason, today we are recording for somebody far off from our place to watch this video, so let it be a little organized. Thermosetting polymers are reusable. Elastomers have polymer chains held together by weak intermolecular forces. Fibers possess high tensile strength. So here, by looking at the question, I get a feeling that in polymers they are talking about 4 different materials. One is thermoplastic polymer, thermosetting polymer, elastomer and fiber. Yeah, now you can give your answers.
Second option, sir.
Huh?
Second option, sir.
Second of thermosetting polymers are reusable. That is not correct. So she says
Option 3.
Thermosetting polymers are not reusable. That's what she says. Apsana says thermosetting polymers are not reusable because the question asked is which is not correct. So second option given. So Subharini, what is your option?
Option 3.
Option 3. Elastomers have polymer chains held together by weak intermolecular forces. What about others? Anybody wants to give your correct answer? Your answers? Okay.
Sir, option 4.
Fibers possess high tensile strength. See, the question is which is not correct. See, the question you have to understand, it is not correct. So the correct answer is 2. Thermosetting polymers are reusable. That is not correct. Means thermosetting polymers are not reusable. That is the meaning of it. Okay. Right. We'll go to the second question. The incorrect statement regarding enzyme is. There are 4 statements about enzyme. The incorrect statement about enzyme is. Enzymes are polysaccharides. Enzymes are very specific for a particular reaction and substrate. Enzymes are biocatalysts. Like chemical catalysts, enzymes reduce the activation energy of bioprocess.
Option 4, sir.
So I'll give, you can think over. The incorrect statement.
Fourth one.
Fourth one, sir.
Is it fourth? What about the first one? Enzymes are polysaccharides.
Yes, sir.
Okay, see, I will check for you in the Google. Let me see. I don't know about your book. I have just seen in the Google. Is enzymes, oh, it's are enzymes rather. Are enzymes polysaccharides? Saccharides. Polysaccharides are diverse group of enzymes that, okay. No, I think let's go to this. Is enzyme a, okay, is enzyme or polysaccharides? Is enzymes or polysaccharides, true or false? Let's look at the answer. The answer, it says false. So as far as Google is concerned, I don't know about your book. I had a little element of doubt. So we will go with the Google as of now. You check with your in your book. So the first answer, first option seems to be the right answer. But I had an element of doubt. You just check in your book also. Here I will show you once again the Google answer. See, the question asks, is enzymes or polysaccharides true or false? Answer is false. So that's it. Okay, you can, is enzymes or polysaccharides true or false? If it given false. So that's it. Okay, now you have to check this one. As I said, I have checked in only in Google. I have not looked at your this one. So now you can look at. Right. Third question. Assertion and reason is given. In a particular point defect, an ionic solid is electrically neutral even if few of its cations are missing from its unit cells. I'll read it again. In a particular point defect, an ionic solid is electrically neutral even if few of its cations are missing from its unit cells. Reason. In an ionic solid, Frenkel defect arises due to dislocation of cation from its lattice site to interstitial site, maintaining overall electrical neutrality. In the light of the above statements, choose the most appropriate answer from the options given. A is correct, but R is not correct. A is not correct, but R is correct. Both A and B are correct, and R is not the correct explanation for A. Explanation of A. Both A and B are correct, but R is. The third one is A and both A and R are correct, and R is the correct explanation of A. And fourth one is both A and R are correct, but R is not the correct explanation of A. Anybody wants to guess?
Sir, option 2.
Option 2, A is not correct, R is correct. Okay. Anybody else? I don't want you to do some wild guess. Some little bit of.
Sir, third option, sir.
Third option. Okay, we'll go to the answer.
Option 1.
Answer is 4.
Option 1.
Answer is 4, but I have an explanation for it. Now, let me take that explanation for it so that you will understand why that explanation for question 3, no? 1 minute, I'll show you. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion A and other is labeled as reason R. Sorry. Oh my God. Okay, I think that question we are clear. Reason R is in an ionic solid, Frenkel defect arises due to dislocation of cation. A is not correct, but R is correct. Both A and R are correct, but R is the correct explanation of A. Both A and R are correct, but R is not the correct explanation of. Here the sequence they have changed. So the answer is option 3. Both A and R are correct, but R is not the correct explanation of A. In our exam, in our question paper, so which is that? Fourth one, isn't it? See, in the Google, they have given the third. Third is the right answer. Answer option 3. they've given. Third option is both A and R are correct, but R is not the correct explanation of A. But in my sequence, I have given that as a 4. Okay, so in our this thing, fourth is the right answer. Now let's see the explanation. You can see concept imperfection in solids. So I think there is a big explanation is there. Why something something and all, and the correct option is 3. Like that they have arrived at. I am going to send this to you by to the WhatsApp group, so you can go through it. If you want to go through it, I want one of you to read this. Santana, can you read this? Start from concept.
Okay, sir.
Are you able to see the slide? I mean, this thing screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can read, Santana.
Yes, sir. Concept. Imperfections in solid. When the arrangement of the constituent particles of a crystal lattice deviates from the perfect order, a defect into the crystalline structure of a solid arises, which is known as imperfection in solid. It is of two types. Point defect. It arises when the arrangement is disturbed around a point or an atom. It is further of three types. Stoichiometric defect. It arises in the component having the same ratio of the positive and negative ion as in the chemical formula. When this stoichiometric is not affected by the defect is known as stoichiometric defect. For example, Frinkel defect, non-stoichiometric defect. A defect that arises due to a non-stoichiometric ratio is called the non-stoichiometric defect. For example, metal excess and metal deficiency
Defects.
defect. Impurity defect. The injection of a foreign ion into the crystal lattice is considered an
impurity.
an impurity, and the defect that arises due to these impurities is known as impurity defect. Line defect. When the arrangement of the entry row is disturbed in the
No, when the
lattice
arrangement of the entire row, you read it correctly. Okay.
Yes, sir. Entire row is disturbed in the crystal lattice of a solid. Defects are known as line defect. Explanation. Statement 1 says, in a particular point defect, an ionic solid is electrically neutral even if few of its cations are missing from its unit cell. It is correct. Reason. When the cations are missing from the unit cell of the solid, the defect that arises is known as metal deficiency defect. It arises due to cation valency. The metal
Cation vacancy. No. Don't make a mistake. Vacancy and valency has got two different meaning. Okay.
Sorry, sir. Cation vacancy. The metal in this type of defect is having variable oxidation state. Electrical neutrality is maintained by adding an extra positive charge into the crystal lattice. The defect that arises in oxides of ferrous or nickel is lay in this category. Statement 2 says, in an ionic solid, Frinkel defect arises due to dislocation of cation from its lattice site to interstitial site, maintaining overall electrical neutrality. It is also a correct, as Frinkel defect is a stoichiometric defect into point defect of solid, also known as dissociation defect, as cation is dissociated from regular arrangement. It arises when a small cation in a crystal lattice of ionic solid leaves its position and moves to the interstitial sites of the lattice. Overall electrical neutrality done on
Do not.
disturbed in the sir.
Do not. Actually, do not. I think.
Okay, sir. do not disturb in the sprinkle defect. Cation and anion must differ in size from each other. Imperfection in the crystal of AgCl is an example of sprinkle defect.
Read it.
So both the assertion and reasons are correct individually, but statement 2 or all is not a correct reason for the assertion or A. Hence the correct answer is option 3.
So option 3 here refers to both A and R are correct, but R is not the correct explanation of A. But in my question paper, I have given that as the fourth option. So fourth option is answer. For the third question, our answer is 4. Okay. So this is the explanation. It is there in Google. Of course, you may not have that much of time to go through all these things, but one or two you can always go through wherever you have got an element of doubt. Subharini, that is the purpose of this class. So I understand that not everything. Something which you have already understood, no need to go into explanation. Something which we do not understand, let us go through the explanation so that our fundamentals will be very clear. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
I will send this to your WhatsApp group. Okay. Question 4. You can read the question 4. Assertion A, ICI is more reactive than I2. Reason R is I-CI bond is weaker than I-1 bond, I-I bond. In the light of the above statements, choose the most appropriate answer from the options given below.
Sir, option 1 is the correct answer.
Option 1 is A is correct, but R is not correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay, think over it. You read it again, the questions, and then recall whatever you have learnt, and then you can tell us. Okay, let me give the answer. Fourth question answer is 3. Both A and R are correct, and R is the correct explanation of A. So this is what they have given. So let us, I have got an explanation for this. So let us look at the explanation. Maybe that will give you some insight. See, this is explanation. For these two questions, I got explanation because that requires explanation. That is the thing. This one. Yeah. So can Subarni, can you read this?
Yes, sir. Both ICl and I2 consist of covalent bonds that bond both the atoms together. Covalent bonds are found as both the atoms are halogens and can share atoms to get a stable electronic configuration. Since I bond I has two iodine atoms, the nature of this bond is completely covalent. Due to the difference of electronegativities between I and Cl, the bond ICl has a slightly ionic nature. This ionic nature causes the bond to be weaker than its counterpart, the covalent bond. A weaker bond can be broken more easily and is considered to be more reactive than a completely covalent bond.
In general. Oh.
In general.
Carry on, sorry.
In general, all interhalogen bonds are found to be weaker and more reactive than other exclusively covalent bonds found between two halogens of the same species. There is a quite noticeable change in electronegativities as we gone down the halogen group when we compare to the change in the electronegativities of any other group. This makes the ionic or polar nature of the interhalogen compounds more apparent. Hence, ICl is more reactive than I2 due to the ionic nature of the ICl bond. Note, we know that often Cl forms stronger bonds than I in a variety of compounds and are usually less reactive.
Usually?
Like HCl and CH3Cl3 against HI and CH3I3 Please don't get confused due to this. Here, the size and the electronegativity of Cl makes the bond stronger. Whereas when the bond is formed between the atoms of the same group, the same attributes make the bond weaker and the molecule more reactive.
So this is the crux. Hence, ICI is more reactive than I2. This is assertion due to the, where is this? Due to the ionic nature of ICl bond. So these are the two assertions I think we have given. 1 minute. Yeah. ICI is more reactive than I2. ICI bond is weaker than II bond. So it gives explanation. So that you go through it, maybe when you go through it, you will understand it better. So sorry. So that is the explanation. I will send it in your group, question 4. So for these two I have got explanation because it is there in your Google. So next question. Question number 5. Gadolinium has a low value of third ionization enthalpy because of. Are you able to see the
Sir.
screen? Yeah.
Sir, option 1.
Option 1, sir.
The answer is fourth option. Gadolinium
Fourth
has a
one,
low
sir.
value of third ionization enthalpy because of high exchange enthalpy. So I think here there is no confusion. I think that is the fourth option for the fifth question. Okay, no problem. We will go to the next one. Sixth question. In one molal solution that contains 0.5 mole of a solute, there is dash. 100 ml of solvent, 1000 gram of solvent, 500 ml of solvent, 500 gram of solvent.
The 500 gram of solvent, sir.
500 gram of solvent is answer is given by one person. What about others? Yes, the correct answer is fourth option, 500 gram of solvent. So can you explain Santana to all of us? How did you get 500 gram of solvent?
Yes, sir. So molality is equal to number of number of moles of solute divided by mass of solvent, sir. Here molality is 1, sir. 1 mole, 1 molar solution. So molality is 1. 1 is equal to mole of solute is 0.5, sir. So 1 mole is equal to 0.5. Let's take mass of solvent is x, sir, divided by x. Then divided by x. X is equal to 0.5, sir. 0.5 gram, kilogram, sir.
Okay, so that is 500 gram.
Yes, sir. So
Okay.
500.
Yeah, okay, I think everybody understood that. Maybe you can check after going back this one. But anyway, it's good. Okay, question number 7. Can I ask Santosh to read?
Sir.
Can you read the
Sir.
question 7?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Statement 1. The boiling point of aldehydes and ketones are higher than hydrocarbons of comparable molecular masses because of weak molecular association in aldehydes and ketones due to dipole interactions. Statement 2. The boiling point of aldehydes and ketones are lower than the alcohols of similar molecular masses due to the absence of hydrogen bonding. Option 1. Statement
No,
1 is correct.
you need not read the option. Only the
Okay,
question
sir.
we have to read. Options people will read on their own. The first one, they are comparing the boiling points of aldehydes and ketones to hydrocarbons. The second one, they are comparing the boiling points of aldehydes and ketones to alcohols. That is the difference I could make out.
Sir, option 3.
Sir.
So somebody said option 3. What about others? Any other option, or do you agree with that?
Sir, option 2.
Okay. Option 3 is the right answer. Statement 1 is also correct. Statement 2 is also correct. The boiling point of aldehyde and ketones are higher than hydrocarbons. And they have given the reason why it is higher. The boiling points of aldehydes and ketones are lower than the alcohols. There again they have given the reason. Both are correct. Statement 1 and 2 are correct. That is option 3. Very good. I think we are able to answer. So among this, I think we are able to answer 7. I think 6 we are able. I mean, even 1% answers, that is okay. Question 1 we did not, no, we answered. Question 2 we did not answer. Question 1, then later on we answered question 6. 1 minute. Question 6 we have answered. Question 7. So three questions we are able to answer so far. Okay, then question 8. Which of the following statement is not correct about diborane? Which of the following statement is not correct about diborane? Which of the following statement is not correct about diborane? If you can identify which all are correct, then the leftover is not correct. That is how you should do it.
Option 3, sir.
No, not correct. They are asking not correct. So, I mean, here, yeah, come on.
Option 2, sir.
Okay, now, based on my search in Google, option 3 and 4 are correct statements. 3 and 4 are correct statements. So, the answer could be 1 or 2. I am not sure. I could not find out the right answer. You find out from your books or something. Because option 3 and 4...
Second option, sir.
Yeah, maybe, yes, that you find out, because I am not able to come to a conclusion about... but it is either 1 or 2. It is either 1 or 2. Okay. So maybe second. I do not know. Anyway, I think I will hats off to the students. They are able to come up with this one. Okay. Next question. Question number 9. The pollution due to oxides of sulfur gets enhanced. Enhanced means increased. Due to the presence of... They have given 4 particulate matter, ozone, hydrocarbon and hydrogen peroxide. Choose the most appropriate answer from the following options given below. So it is increased because of 4 options, 4 items they have given. So from the answer you have to find out.
Sir, option 3.
Yeah. Subarini, you want to say something?
Option 2, sir.
Okay, I will give the answer. Question 9, answer is 4. Option 4. A, B, D. It get enhanced due to the presence of particulate matter, ozone and hydrogen peroxide, but not due to hydrocarbons. Okay, so that is the answer. It's straight question. It is there in your book, or no, even in Google it is straight. Question number 10. Which of the force is the weakest force in nature? This is 2022 Neet question. I remember it. This 2022 Neet question. Other things I don't remember. Like it's all Neet and JE questions. But this I remember. Which of the following force is the weakest force in nature?
Gravitational force.
Okay, one person has given option 2. Any other answers? Or do you agree with that? No, don't put in no this one. What is that? Writing, because I cannot see that. You have to answer it. Yes, the correct answer is gravitational force. Which of the force is the weakest force in nature? Gravitational force is the weakest force compared to weak nuclear force. Strong, this is strong actually. I think I made a mistake. It is strong. Strong nuclear force, electromagnetic force compared to these three, gravitational force is the weakest. Very good. Anyway, we could get the answer here. Question number 11. Angle between electric lines of force and the equipotential surface is
90 degrees.
what about others? Any other this thing? Yes, it is correct.
0 degree, sir.
No, 90 degree is correct. Question 11, option 1 is correct. 90 angle between electric line. This is again 2022 NEET question for information. Because I remember some of these simple, one line, two line, all I remember. But long lines I am not able to remember. Next question. In half-wave rectification, if the input frequency is 60 Hertz, then the output frequency would be?
30 hertz.
Somebody said 30.
Option 4, sir.
In half-wave rectification, if the input frequency is 60 Hertz, then the output frequency would be? Read the question, understand it and then answer.
Sir, 0 hertz.
In half-wave, this thing, the answer is 60 Hertz. That is first option in half-wave rectification. So just to give you kind of some whether this answer is correct or not, let me check in Google because I don't have the book, so I can check in Google only. See, I'll put the question itself here.
50 headsets, sir.
No, there's no 50 answer. In our, if the input is 60, then the output frequency would be 120. Sorry, I think I made a mistake. It's 120. In half-wave rectification, if the input frequency is 60 Hertz, then the output frequency would be 120 Hertz. I think what 120 is there? Yeah, second option. I think I made a wrong note here. So it is second option. Okay. Now it's very clear now. Okay, good. That I think we could not answer. Question 13. A nucleus of mass number 189 splits into two nuclei with mass numbers 125 and 64. Then the ratio of radius of two daughter nuclei is?
Option 1, sir. Option 1.
So one person have said option 1. What about others? Very good. Option 1 is the right answer. So that is, if a nucleus of mass number 189 splits into two nuclei with mass numbers 125 and 64, then the ratio of the radius of two daughter nuclei is 5:4. Santosh, you want to give some explanation? Do you want to give any, how did you arrive at that? Any clue you want to give?
Sir, 5 cube is 125, sir. And 4 cube is 64, sir.
Yeah.
I divided, sir. I get the ratio of
Yeah,
5.
you are getting, that is okay. Why do you take third root? No, what is the reason?
So the number is cube roots, 125 and 64. That reason I take, sir.
Okay, no, there should, no, you have to give a scientific reason. This is not the right reason. I mean, scientific reason you find out. Okay, I'm not, you always have time to find out. That could be one. My guess is mass means what? It is volume into density? Normally? No, mass means, is it volume into density?
No, sir. V into rho.
No. I am not talking about nuclei. Generally, mass of this one, mass of say,
Yes, sir. Volume into
density. So it is a third degree. Volume is second degree, and into density is third degree. That is third multiples. I mean third power. So because of which you have to reduce. If you want to reduce from that to the radius, then you have to take third root. It's like a sphere. So it's like a sphere. sphere, if you want, the sphere will be a, no, you volume of sphere will be into third root, no, 4 by 3 pi r cube kind of thing. So I think from that it can be derived. I mean, my explanation also is not very scientific. You have to go and find out why it is like that. Okay, that's my common sense explanation for this. Okay, question number 14. Plane angle and solid angle have. Plane angle and solid angle have.
No units and no dimensions, sir.
Plane
Option
angle and
3. Units but no dimension.
option 3 is the right answer. Very good. I think we are able to answer this. Option 3 is the right answer. Units but no dimensions. Very good. Over it is. I mean, even one person answers, we are very comfortable. It means we are, others also know they are not able to get the answer now. That's a different thing. Question number 15. A square loop of 1 meter and resistant 1 ohm is placed in a magnetic field of 0.5 T. If the plane of the loop is perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field, magnetic flux through the loop is.
Zero Weber. Option 2, sir.
What about others? Let me put this question in Google and then find out what exactly is the answer. Let me, no, this is the way I did. All my answers are got like this. So whether it's right or wrong, maybe you only have to tell me. Your book, I did not go through your book, as I told you, because that will be very time consuming for me. So I wanted to make this. I think a square loop of side 1 meter and resistant 1 ohm is placed in a magnetic field of 0.5 T. If the plane of loop is perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field, the magnetic flux through the loop is 0.5 Weber. Is our question and this question is same? Shall we check?
Same, sir.
Same. So 0.5 Weber, that is fourth option is the right answer. So, I mean, explanation I cannot give, but I think if anybody, you can go through the explanations later. Question number 16. Two hollow conducting spheres of R1 and R2 have equal charges. R1 is greater than R2. R1 maybe I think they are referring to radius, I think. Okay. The potential will be
Option 2 option 1.
my answer which I have got here is 4. But anyway, I have a small doubt, so let me check with the Google again. See, that question is here, I think. Need 2022 question. This one. Oh, no, this I think.
Fourth option, sir, correct.
1 minute, madam. 1 minute. I'll just, I'll go to the, yeah. This one. So in this case, option 3 is the answer, that more on smaller sphere. But in my question, more on smaller sphere is which option? It's fourth option. So fourth option is correct. Very good. I think who has said, option has said, very good. Fourth option is correct. Very good, very good. I think we are able to answer that also. Question 17. If a soap bubble expands, the pressure inside the bubble.
Sir, option 4.
If the soap bubble expands, the pressure inside the bubble. Think, and then tell.
Option 3.
Yes, option 3 is the right answer. So don't be in a hurry. Think, because little complicated questions these. I mean, all these are NEET and JEE questions only. So I don't know which year, but all are same. So you can find out, you will get the feel of what kind of question they are asking. Anyway, it's good that we are able to answer it. Then question 18. The motion of charged particle can be used to distinguish between a magnetic field and electric field in a certain region by firing the charge. The motion of charged particle can be used to distinguish between a magnetic field and electric field in a certain region by firing the charge. Now 4 options are given: perpendicular to the field, parallel, like that.
So perpendicular to the field.
Yes, 18, option 1 is the right answer. Good. We, one of us are able to answer. So it means that most of you can answer. That's my feeling. If one of you can answer the question, most of you are in the, maybe here we have not got the right answer, but at least you have the knowledge about it. Very good, very good. Next, the mass defect in a nucleus is 3.5 AMU. Then the binding energy of nucleus is, the mass defect in a nucleus is 3.5 AMU. Then the binding energy of nucleus is.
Sir, option 1.
Think. Don't be in a hurry. Think.
Sir, option 3.
Answer is option 4, 3258.5 MeV. So that is, no, you can find, maybe no, we'll check whether we are right or my answer is right or wrong. We'll check, nothing wrong in it, checking. The mass defect in a nucleus is 3.5. Then the binding energy is 3258.5. Now we will take this. The correct option is 3260.25. Of course, here the closest is, actually they have given it like this, but in some other book I think they have given to 3258. So whatever it is, I think the fourth option is the right answer in our this one. Okay. Question 20. Oh, I don't know, I have not mentioned. Okay. Question 20. A monoatomic gas, ideal gas, is supplied 80 joule heat at constant pressure. The internal energy of gas increases by. I have forgot to really copy the answer in my answer sheet, but let me check in the Google. (48J). We are given that a monoatomic gas, ideal gas, is supplied 80 joules heat at constant pressure. For monoatomic gas, hence the energy of gas increases by 48 joules. That is the answer. So all these questions are taken from your past question papers. That's all. 20 questions I made. Thank you so much. I think we have answered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 questions we have answered. At least one of us have answered 11 questions. all students put together, we could not answer balance 9 questions. So obviously you can, each one of you can identify what is your gap, which subject is your gap. Accordingly, you can spend some time more on that particular subject, and then increase your output. So this is what is called artificial intelligence is doing the same thing. Suppose, in fact, I've written a blog also on that, how you can use artificial intelligence concept for maximizing your score in our exam. I've written a blog on that. I will tell you, that is, you start with the equal amount of time you will spend with all the 3 or 4 subjects, but slowly you will increase the time spent on a particular subject based on the marks you obtain in a particular test. If your mark is small, then you will increase the time spent on a particular subject. Suppose in the first test, Apsana got very poor marks in chemistry compared to other subjects. Then she will increase the more time, she will study more time chemistry. In the second test, she did well in chemistry, physics and maths, but biology she is weak. Then she will spend more time in biology in the third semester, third test or whatever. Like this, if you do, that will increase your output of this one. This is a very simplistic way of looking at it, but it will not be as simple as this. You all know that. We all know that. Okay, thank you so much for for answering these questions. Now, if you